Hey friends, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super easy DIY snap collar cape. Let's get started. For this cape I am using a quilted velvet fabric that I have folded in half hamburger style with the selvages on either end. I'm using my measuring tape to measure from the shoulder down to the end of the sleeve, and that will determine the length all the way around the bottom, from the sleeve down to the bottom. So I am marking that number from the shoulder all the way down to just below the waist, and I'm placing pins at that number. And I'm doing it the same way that I would a circle skirt, so that the sleeve area will be the same length as the waist area when my arms are at my waist. And then I am going to cut 2 inches below those pins so that I'll have it just a little bit longer and seam allowance. And I'm going to do the same thing at the shoulders. I'm going to cut 2 inches above the shoulders and the sleeves of the hoodie. And now that I have the bottom cut out, I'm going to cut out one side above the sleeves, and I'm going to remove the hoodie and cut out the neck hole opening, which I should not have done. I just eyeballed it, so it's kind of crooked, but you can leave yours there and cut out the neck hole opening. And then I'm folding it in half, and I'm going to cut out the other side so that it'll be even on the other side. And then once that's cut out, I am going to reposition the hoodie in the same spot, and I'm going to determine where I want my armhole openings to go. So the body of the cape I want wider than the hoodie, so that's what my hand gesture is doing. So I'm going to start from there, and I'm going to curve it up to the shoulder. So that's going to give me the seam line that I need for the armhole opening of the cape. And I'm going to take that piece and put it on the other side and cut out the same size opening. Now I did this for the front and the back piece, and I actually didn't have to do that, but I wanted to have a more structured looking cape with seams in the front and the back. And so now I'm going to open up the center. And now I'm repositioning the hoodie, and this will show me where to place my armhole openings. And this is the space that I'm going to leave open when I go to sew the cape together. So I'm placing a pin right at where the pockets are on the hoodie. And this is where you naturally put your hands in your pockets when you're wearing a jacket. So that's where your arms are going to come out of the cape as well. So I place those 2 pins, and I am using one side and bringing it over to the other side as a template, so that I have my armhole openings at the same area on both sides. And now I'm going to place right sides together on those front pieces, and I'm going to pin from the shoulder all the way down to the first armhole opening, and then I'm going to hop over the armhole opening and leave that open, and so from the bottom pin down to the bottom of the front of the cape. And I'm going to do a gesture with my hands to show how it should be sewn. So we're going to start from the shoulder down to the pin, jump over, and then sew from the bottom pin down to the bottom of the cape. And you do the same thing for the other side, right sides together. So down from the top to the first pin, and from the bottom pin down to the bottom. Now for the back pieces, we're just going to place right sides together and sew it all right back together the same way that we cut it out. There's no openings. Everything is sewn right back together the way that it was cut out. Or you can just leave it and not cut out the back piece at all. So now that we have all of our pieces sewn back together, and our armhole is still open the way that it should be, I'm just showing the opening. We're going to place right sides together the front pieces So there should be 3 pieces, the front 2 pieces and the back piece. We're going to sew those together from the shoulder down to the bottom. And now that the front and back are attached, we are going to make a neck collar. So we're going to measure the neck hole opening on the cape. Mine is 10 inches on one side, so I'm going to double that to 20 inches long, and it's going to be 5 inches wide. And we're going to fold it in half with right sides together, and sew the edges closed. And now that that's done, we need to hem around the edge of the cape. So the front edges, we're going to fold down 1/2 inch and sew as close to the edge as possible. Same thing on the other side. Fold it down. And then for the bottom, fold it up 1/2 inch and sew all the way around close to the edge. And for the armhole opening, we're going to fold the seam back, and we're going to sew a box around that armhole opening. Same thing on the other side. As close to the edge as possible, we're going to stitch across one side, down the other side, and back up and around. And now that we have it hemmed, we see that it's stitched down on the edge on the armhole opening. We're going to attach that collar. So we're going to turn the collar right side out, and we're going to attach it using pins to the neck hole opening. It should be the same size as the neck hole opening because we measured it already. And you're just going to place pins on the raw edges. The raw edges should be facing up toward the top of the collar. And make sure you attach all 3 pieces in the sewing machine. So the folded halves, both folded pieces from the collar, and the actual cape. So those are the 3 pieces that you're capturing in the sewing machine, and you're going to stitch all the way across. And that's going to attach your cape. And now I'm just showing how the box is around the armhole opening. And the last thing is to attach these snaps. I use the snap fastener kit. You only need 1 set of snaps out of this kit. And I'm placing it right at the collar on the neck hole opening. I followed the instructions on the package. And once that is attached, you are done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.